You would think that doing a Zwift race during a taper week would be odd, but doing 2 Zwift races during a taper week? Hey, cycling community, this is Steve Grusis the Cycling Greek. I have this huge ultra event this coming Saturday, which will probably take me around 14 hours to complete. Today is Wednesday. On Monday I did another Zwift race, and I have that posted in my YouTube channel, that I did surprisingly well in. Now, I could have done the same course today, but there was a lot of climbing in that course at the end, and I don't like a lot of climbing in Zwift, even though I like a lot of climbing on the road. I did see that there was this Dolphin Crit course available, which I really love, but there weren't a lot of people signed up for it because they were doing all the Stage 3 stuff that's going on this week. At the beginning, data at the upper right-hand corner showed that there were 7 riders that were in the race, but I only saw 5. 2 of them were having some sort of problem at the start, and so there were 3 of us that were in for most of the race. One of the others reappears later on. Jumping ahead a bit, this race is 18 laps. Usually this course that I'm doing is about 8 laps or 10 laps, and I wanted to do something smaller because my legs weren't feeling that great, even though I'm starting to put a little dig here. And my little dig is going harder up the uphills and resting just a bit on the downhills and repeating that until I get through this roller section. I had a great race Monday, but I just didn't recover as much as I wanted to. Probably because I'm 70 years old. With my little dig here, I wanted to see how the others would react. It's not that I could stay away for about 14 laps, which would be about, 16 miles right now. So the 2 people that I'm racing against, one is Beloy. That's the guy that you just saw here. I don't know his age. I'm not able to see it. And the other one is Leah. She is 63, and she is surprisingly strong. Certainly stronger than I am at being able to maintain a steady, strong pace. Oh yes, Tia's from Australia. Now Beloy. Beloy usually was at the back, and he would be at the back sometimes up to 6-8 meters. That made me a bit nervous in case I wanted to go in back of his wheel. Sometimes I would, and Tia would just float up ahead. A gap would open up, and then Beloy would jump after her. Then I'd be left in the wind, struggling to get up to them. And my legs didn't feel like going through that. So whenever Beloy went back there, it's rare that I went in back of his wheel like I'm doing now. Now, this is one of those rare cases where Beloy would fill in the gap instead of me. 90% of the time, it was the other way around. With so few riders, I'm going to try and hit just the highlights. So this is lap 5, entering the roller section. I have a feather power-up. I'm going to activate it on the second roller because that's where the steep rollers begin. I'm going to put in another dig and see what's what. I was hoping my legs would feel significantly better as the race went on, but that's not the case. Oh, I forgot to mention, the category for this is something like 180 points to 350 points, and I have 331. Earlier I mentioned that I couldn't get any details on Beloy because I didn't have access to his account, so I don't know what age he is, but I'm thinking he's a much younger guy than I am. And I'm basing that primarily on his ability to accelerate, like he's doing now, so basically he's countering my little attack that I was doing. I just don't have the legs to go after him. And I'm looking at my heart rate right now versus my wattage, and I'm thinking, my heart rate's not reacting as quickly as it should, and that's just another indication that I'm not recovered from Monday's race. Now Tia leaves me, and now I'm starting to think, this race was a mistake. Should I drop out? Well, I can't drop out, and so I struggle and get back onto her wheel, and I'm just sitting there. And I'm just hoping that, and I'm thinking that she's strong enough that she'll just pull him in, because that's a long way for Beloy to go on his own. And she has that diesel horsepower. About a lap and a quarter later, we catch him. Now, when I say we, I mean Leah with me on her wheel. I hope the solo breakaway attempt sucked some juice out of Beloy, because he made me nervous. That was a strong showing. Jumping ahead to the 10th of 15 laps, this is the next significant thing that happened. One of the riders that had trouble at the beginning apparently got her stuff together, and that's her that's going past us. And I don't know what her age is. I don't know what her name is. I'll just call her Dot because just the period is all that appears. She's from South Korea. She's riding very strong. So I make the decision that I just need to get up to her. I am really hurting right now. All I want to do is drop out, but I'm not going to drop out. I keep thinking about, I hope I'm not going to overcook myself for the event on Saturday, but that's 2 days away. I'll have 2 days of rest, and that's on the 3rd day. My plan is to ride her wheel until she pulls off. I'm hoping that the others are feeling as physically stressed as I am right now. I stay with her for as long as I can on that last 3 laps, and finally I just have to let her go, and it looks like the others are letting her go too, which is good for me. But I'm getting back up to Leah just in case she'll drag me up to Dot. I don't know if Dot had network problems or she got a late start, but she's about 3 minutes behind us. The rest of us have a little over 2 laps to go, so let's jump to the finish. Jumping ahead, we're entering the rollers just after the start of the last lap. I'm attacking from the front, hoping to create a small gap and hoping to hold that to the finish. I have an aero power-up that I've been saving for a couple of laps. I'm caught at the end of the rollers, but I'm keeping my wits about me and my cadence up just in case there's a counterattack. Time for me to get some quick recovery. We have a little under 1.5K to go. While I'm breathing hard, trying to recover at 1.5 watts per kilogram, all of a sudden Leah comes by at 3.5 watts per kilogram. She's putting in an excellent move. Beloy jumps after her, and I'm digging to try and get on his wheel. She now has a 1-second gap, and I'm 350 to 400 watts trying to chase Beloy, who's trying to chase her. She's doing one of my moves, attack before the sprint. I certainly don't have the power I had at the beginning of the race, which I didn't have the power then, but I had a couple of days ago. But Beloy slows down, and I see that as a risk, and so now I'm jumping after her. Now this is the downhill part. I'm resting as much as I can. You can see my pictures. Sometimes I'm not pedaling. I'm using every trick I can, every trick I know to get back on her wheel. When we get to the bottom, Beloy attacks. Or at least it looks like he's attacking. When you look at the data on the right side, he's not putting a lot of power. He just kind of floated to the front past us. With 0.3 miles to go, it looks like Leah is putting in an attack. I dial my power up. Beloy dials his power up in order to stay with her. She can easily float off the front and create a gap, and both of us know that. Beloy is now doing what he's done most of the race, float off the back. I kind of figure this is the sprinter to watch. I start to feign early weakness, but I'm really not doing a lot of feigning. I'm able to position Beloy in front of me. The question is, can I get past him? I stand and I start to sprint. It seems like my avatar is not moving at all. Finally, I move past Beloy and up to Leah. I give everything that I have, and son of a gun, I come in first. Now I need major recovery before my event. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.